Hi, I'm Ricey from Eternal Conflict, and this is my rig rundown. Right, this is my number one guitar. This is Blackie. I've had this since 2009. It's a 2006 model ESP LTD Explorer. Same as my other one, the exact same year. I think they only made like 500 of these in left-handed. Anyway, pickups, same thing I use in all my guitars. It's an EMG 81 in the bridge, EMG 60 in the neck. I bypassed the tone controls because I play metal, I don't really need a tone control. Mahogany body, mahogany neck, rosewood fretboard. Tuners are Grover, just standard Grover tuners. Got a little piece of foam behind the nut because it stops all the feedback chin kind of sounds you get when you're playing this sort of music. And yeah, just a really reliable, down-to-earth guitar. I love this thing. I've played it for the last nearly 10 years. I love it to bits. The strings I use are Roto Sound Dark Zones, 60 through 10. This is the guitar that's in C sharp, so it's a step and a half down from your standard tuning. Pretty much all of our old songs are in that tuning. Kind of got the idea from listening to Testament The Gathering years ago, and I kind of enforced it on the band. So this is pretty much my number one guitar, and I would jump in a house if it was on fire to save this because it's my number one. My wife calls it the Mistress. She hates me playing on it because I pay more attention to this than I do to her, and I'm sorry. Yeah, and that's it. So my next guitar is... Right, this is my Drop B guitar. Called this one Murphy, because it reminds me of the Robocop with the silver and the black. It's exactly the same as the one that I just showed you, apart from it's in Drop B. Same pickups, EMG 81, a 6-stair, tone pot, pulled out, mahogany body, mahogany neck, rosewood fretboard, Grover tuners. Yeah, and this one was my backup for years, and now we're playing songs in a different tuning. I've decided to bring it out and make it my main guitar for Drop B. Sounds a little bit more trebly than my other guitar, so it kind of works for the lower tunings. And yeah, same strings, Roto Sound, Dark Zone, 10 through 60. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't sound as good as the first one, but it does the job, and it's still a really high quality guitar. It's the same 2006. And these are all the Korean model guitars. There ain't no custom shop models. And this one actually has a factory fault in it. The lettering on the headstock is the wrong way around. It's actually upside down. So gives it a bit of character, I suppose. Yeah, and that's it. That's number two. So yeah, cheers. Gonna get the next guitar. Right, this is my newest guitar. Bought this one last year. So LTD 1000 Eclipse model. It's lovely. It's got a nice maple top on it. This is the only guitar I don't have luminous inlays in. This because I haven't played this one live yet. This one's same pickups, EMG 81, 6-stair. Tone controls ripped out again. This one's got nice lock-in tuners. I called this one Scarlet because it's got a nice scarlet colour, and my wife's favourite film is Gone with the Wind. And yeah, it's got a Tone Pro's lock-in bridge on this one. And yeah, it's a really nice guitar. It's not as thick as a normal Les Paul, which I kind of like because my back's already fucked, so I don't really need to make it worse. And yeah, it hasn't had its live debut yet, but I'm hoping to break it in as soon as possible. Same exact, 60 through 10 Dark Zones. Yeah, and the same bit of foam. Just got to get used to playing this one live. It's not an Explorer, and I've played Explorers for the last 10 years. So having a normal shaped guitar is kind of strange for me. So, but I'll get used to it because in my old age I don't want to be playing pointy guitars when I'm 60. This will be the guitar that I can age gracefully into, hopefully. Still playing pinch harmonics and ear bleeding volumes. So yeah, it's my nice new guitar. And it's red. I like red because I'm a Man United fan, so I like red.
Man United fan, right?
Yeah, as if people didn't know. Our other guitarist, Matt, has a blue Les Paul Epiphone, so it kind of matches his one. In fact, funny story, I bought this one. He liked this one so much he went out and bought one 2 weeks later. It was a blue one, so, and he hates me playing this one. Well, he did do. Right, I'm going to continue on. Right, this is the Chode. Marshall Mode 4. I've had this since 2006. It's been the only consistent amp I've ran through the entire career of this band. I've had a PV6505, a Marshall Triple Super Lead, PV Valve King, I've had a Marshall Power Amp, I've had numerous different amps. None of them can hold a candle to this amp, as strange as that may sound. I've had this amp, I've loved it, it's been beaten up, it's been to the Marshall factory and repaired twice. I just love this amp. Although now it is relegated to literally just being a power amp to my Helix. So I don't run anything into the front of this amp, I just run everything into the return of the power amp of this amp. It works great, it works consistently, and at the moment I can't see any reason to get rid of it. So it'll probably be in my rig in 10 years time, as long as it still works. Yeah, love the Chode 4.
That was some genuine love. The show for that amp. That was a love.
That amp,
genuine.
That amp has been literally like the one consistent thing that I really can't do without forever. I mean, I used to run a tube screamer in front of it and just have that as my rig. It's a brilliant amp, and as much as I try and replace it with better amps, none of them sound better than the Mode 4. I don't know why. It literally shouldn't sound the way it does, but for some reason when I play through it with my setup, it sounds like me. You can plug me into a PV6505 and I'll sound okay. Nothing will be better than this amp. And I feel bad the fact that now I just run it as a power amp, but I could literally just get a tube screamer and a noise gate and plug it into the amp 2 of this amp, and it will blow your tits off, seriously. There's some serious noise. I mean, it's a 350 watt solid state power amp. People will be deafened by this thing. So yeah, I love this amp, and if it broke, I'd definitely get it repaired again. The one problem with the amp is the fact that when you plug into the power amp and you have anything plugged into the input, it doesn't actually make a sound. So I have to plug an audio, literally it's just a stereo jack into it to put a dummy load into front of it so it thinks it's got a guitar cable plugged into it. Right, so this is my cab. It's a Marshall Mode 4 cab. Cab. Right, cab. Right, shall I start again? This is my Marshall Mode 4 cab. I've had it for at least 10 years now. It's a great sounding cab. It's the angle, not the straight, because it gives it a bit more high end out, and I'm a big fan of high end. Dented and bruised and battered, a bit like me. Slowly with Celestion G12 100 watt speakers. Same ones that Mick Thompson uses in all his cabs. It's oversized, so it's slightly bigger than your regular Marshall cab. I think Marshall were trying to do like a Mesa Boogie oversized cab thing at the time. So they're pretty rare. Don't really find too many of them on eBay nowadays, even if I wanted to get another one to match it. But yeah, it's a great cab, sounds consistent, and it's got the cool metallic Marshall logo on it. So it's even more metal than most Marshall cabs. So I'm running the Line 6 Relay G50. I did have the G30 for many years, but I decided to upgrade last year because I just wanted something a bit more robust and a bit more reliable on the road. Literally runs from my guitars into the wireless, straight down into the first arm on my pedal board. First thing in the loop is this Dunlop Crybaby wah. I've had this since 2005, even before I joined this band. It's the one consistent thing I've had in my rig all these years. I do like the wahs on the Helix, but this one just has a bit more of an option when it comes to dialing in, because it's got the variable sweep, which really cuts through, and it has the volume boost, but I don't use that anymore because I just use the volume boost on my Helix instead. Right, so now it comes to my new pedal board. I've had this for about 3 or 4 weeks. It's the Line 6 Helix. I had the Line 6 X3 Live for many years, but I decided to upgrade. Probably the best thing I've bought in years. I mean, I really love this thing so much. It's got so many options. For someone like me, it's option paralysis, but I can sit and tweak it all night long. It's built like a tank as well, and it's got a really user-friendly interface, which really helps me, and I can edit all on my computer when I take it home as well. The rig that I'm basically running through it is a tube screamer with a noise gate going into a model that's based on a Freeman BE100 amp. I did use a 5150 model for years, but as soon as I got this pedal and I found this amp, I instantly fell in love because it's like a super hot rodded Marshall, which is something I've always really wanted. And the other amp that I use for my cleans on it, it's a model on a Fender twin reverb, which is a really nice clean amp, and it breaks up kind of nice when I have a crunch sound or a lead sound. And it has so many delays and reverbs on it because I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan and I love reverbs and delays now, even though when I was younger I couldn't stand any of that shit. But as I got older I decided more texture is the way to go. Go through my Devin Townsend phase. I'm still getting to grips with it because I've only had it for 3 or 4 weeks, but every day I'm learning something new about it, so hopefully I'll find more options and uses for it in years to come. But basically it's an investment in myself and I'm happy to use it. Right, this is my main rhythm tone. It's a Friedman BE100 with a tube screamer in front, with a bit of post EQ, just to kind of get the bite that I like out of an amp. Sounds a bit like this. Next tone, it's my, let's go for a crunch tone first. Let's go for a nice, so this is like a Fender Twin with a tube screamer in front, just to give it a bit more breakup. You can hear there's a lot of delay and reverbs because it kind of gives it a big open kind of ambient canvas, which I really like with my crunch tones. Clean tone, it's pretty much the same thing but without the tube screamer. Sounded awful, but there you go. So yeah, it's just basically my Devin Townsend patch because it's got that really nice reverby delay thing going on. The next patch is my lead patch. So this one's going to get loud. One tone that I literally use once in the entire set, right at the end, and it involves it's got a flanger, a massive reverb, and my wah-wah pedal, and it goes something like this. And that's it. Right, so I'm Ricey from Internal Conflict. Yes, I am left-handed, in case you didn't notice. And thanks for looking at my rig rundown. Cheers, bye-bye. Walk away now, even though there's no one here.